Welcome back. Let's now look at the much talked about judgment of the Osun State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal, which nullified the election of Governor Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party and the early reactions from lawyers in the case.
The Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal sitting in Osogbo, the capital of Osun State, has nullified the election of Governor Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party. In the judgment, read by the chairman of the three-man panel, Justice Sese Akume, but dissented to by one of the three members of the tribunal, says the July 16, 2022 governorship election was conducted in non-compliance with the Electoral Act and violates the principle of one man, one vote. Admitting that overvoting took place at many polling units as filed by the petitioner, the tribunal applied the mathematics of deduction of the questionable votes, leaving the APC candidate with a higher vote of 314,931 and the PDP candidate with 290,266. The tribunal consequently directed the Independent National Electoral Commission to withdraw the certificate of return issued to Adeleke and return Gboyega Oyetola as the validly elected governor of Osun State.
All praises to Almighty Allah for what is done for us today. It's a very solid, industrious judgment, and they delivered it on time as they promised. We are grateful for that.
Would you want to say anything on the other? It's a tripod standing on two legs for now.
Well, the point you had, this is, if you like, this is the first round we have won. It is up to the other side to decide what they want to do, whether they will just accept this now and go home, or they will go upstairs. Whatever the decision, we are there, and God is there.
A member of the tribunal cited inconsistencies in submissions surrounding the use of BVAS or its abuse, saying there is positive evidence to sustain the petitioner's case, as the BVAS report relied on by the petitioner was not even taken in evidence.
What is an issue is the BVAS mention. This tribunal took a view that it is the BVAS report issued after the report says it was, their documents say it was on the 17th. The report says it's on the 27th. And that BVAS report, which is a report which is stated, the INEC stated clearly at the tribunal, had not been synchronized as at that point. And it affected 1,750 units. The petitioner simply just took 749, and in the tribunal moved on to reduce to 744. And the tribunal, the chairman agrees that that is the only document.
If it has not been synchronized, who gave it to the...
No, you apply and you have 14 days under Section 74 of the Evidence Act, and we issued what we have as at that time. And you go to Section 64. Yes, as Section 64 says, authorizes INEC to update the results continuously. So results is as the server gets the data. Anyway, what the point I'm making is that there was the BVAS report, which they are relying on, which is the first one I talked about. There was a BVAS report tendered by INEC on the dated 22nd of August. And there was the physical figures on the BVAS machine, CTC, made certified by INEC based on the orders of the tribunal. The tribunal said, now go and check the BVAS machines and give us the scores in them. That is exhibit RWC. And the BVAS machines, 976 of them, were also brought to the tribunal, and the parties looked at them. So what the law is, and will be maintained until any time, is that it is the BVAS machine, which the facts are still in the BVAS machine in the custody of the tribunal. The BVAS machine, it is the figures in the BVAS machine that ought to be transmitted. So the transmission is a secondary process.
Meanwhile, Governor Adeleke has described the judgment of the Governorship Tribunal as a miscarriage of justice, vowing to challenge the ruling at the Court of Appeal.
the beauty of the hierarchical system we have in Nigeria. You see, you have cost for appeal. We're going to the Court of Appeal, and then we get to the Supreme Court, which is the apex court. You will see that what happened here today was most unusual, in the sense that you had a judgment by the chairman, you had a judgment by one. The third did not even say a word. She neither said she supported, nor she did not. So it's 1-1. But we say that in the Court of Appeal.